My name's Harry Watts and I am the Managing Director of SEC Storage Group. I think the best thing about working at SEC is the large array of different customers and different projects that we work on. Every day we have a different problem to look at and to try and solve, and that makes it fascinating because you can be looking at a robotic system in one day, a pedestrianised picking environment in another, and you can be working from the agri-tech industry and then all the way through to e-commerce. So I think it's the wide breadth of customers, problems and solutions we need to come up with that is the most fascinating part of my job. The sustainability zone is all about trying to help companies understand the types of technology and the types of trends that are affecting the industry from a sustainability perspective, so that people can be really educated and connected to the things that are changing in the industry as we stand, and understand them better. Hugely interactive. It's one of the things I'm most excited about, but anyone who's visiting the stand will be able to interact with pretty much every part of it in real life, physically, but also digitally. There is augmented reality that everyone can use and interact with on their phone, and that's in every location on the overall stand. But beyond that, you'll be able to take part with the virtual reality headsets. You'll be able to put one of those on, walk around a facility, be able to see different trends come to life, and it really is going to be one of the most interactive experiences that I've seen at an exhibition. Well, we've had a long and storied relationship with the Informa Group and the IMHX itself. We've exhibited there a number of times, and it's for us it's the preeminent example of an exhibition in our industry. And fortunately enough, this year the IMHX really wanted to create a showcase of sustainability technology, sustainability trends, and so they approached SEC as a leader in this field and said to us, what do you think? Would you be able to put something together that would be able to showcase these technologies? And obviously we were delighted to do so. And that was where the idea was born out of it, and a few weeks later we had a concept, and here we are today. That's a great question, and it's one that to really be able to answer, you need to consider the entire sustainability agenda. The most common one that people associate with sustainability is that of environmental sustainability. And from that perspective, we can connect our warehouse operators with the latest in low carbon solutions that use energy as efficiently as possible, even solutions that create energy on site that is clean and ready for use. But sustainability does go beyond just environmental sustainability. It talks about resilience, supply chain resilience, logistics resilience. You need to consider, what does your workforce look like? Is it prepared? Is it equipped? Is it able to answer the questions of an ever-changing industry? And is it sustainable from that perspective? And you need to make sure that fundamentally your business is able to operate in what is unquestionably the most challenging environment that we've ever seen before, from a supply chain, from a logistics and from a disruption perspective. And the technology that exists currently can really support that. Yeah, a brilliant question, and I think a question all organisations should be answering. The first thing we're doing is education and awareness. That's what this whole thing is about for us. The sustainability zone has not just been an exercise in creating education for others. It's been an opportunity for us to educate the people that work within our organisation. It's prompted us to investigate other aspects of how we can further that education, including taking on apprentices and also moving into even putting workplace degrees around sustainability into our organisation. And I think education is a great place to start. But beyond that, there are practical measures. We've in the process of fully converting our fleet. I think virtually every vehicle now is an electric vehicle, which has significantly brought down our carbon footprint as we travel around the country servicing our projects. And beyond that, we've really considered how we can offset emissions in our quote, and we've looked at our supply chain to find out where are the best opportunities for us to bring our emissions down as we look to offer our solutions to our clients. Yes, absolutely. Every single supplier that we look to appoint goes through a rigorous process of us checking lots of things about their performance, but sustainability is a really important consideration for us as an organisation. We're particularly interested in where products have been sourced from, how they've been manufactured, and where there have been opportunities to apply efficiency and low carbon practices into those. Some of our suppliers, for example, have carbon capture technology involved in their supply chain. They've invested in solar and wind power to be able to offset their emissions, and have really considered the circular economy when it comes to their product. I believe that in our pallet racking, for example, more than 95% of the projects that we put into place, the steel is able to be recycled and reutilised, and that grows every year. The first one is the right selection of product and pick face. What we see when we walk around warehouses around the UK at the moment is that most organisations use oversized pick faces that aren't suitable for the products that they store. Consequently, they dramatically increase the amount of travel distances, whether that's by pedestrians, manual operatives, or that's by machinery. It decreases the efficiency and the velocity of their solution. We have a machine learning system called ELSA, and what ELSA does is ensures that everything lives somewhere appropriate. She does that by analysing every SKU and simulating the cost of holding them in one pick face type over another. In doing so, she makes sure that we optimise the pick face that we utilise, bringing down travel distances without causing other headaches such as high levels of replenishment. The second aspect that is key to efficiency within the warehouse that SEC can support is understanding how technology can be utilised to speed up, to make more efficient, and to reduce waste within the process. We integrate modern robotics, particularly autonomous mobile robotics that are a relatively new introduction into the warehouse, and it allows us to ensure that the most operationally efficient processes are being followed and the ones that minimise other costly resources. The third area that we can help with when it comes to efficiency is space utilisation. Currently, warehouses underutilise the amount of space that is available to it across the UK. We see it every day. That can be the vertical space that isn't being utilised well enough, but it can also be aisles that are too wide or tolerances that are creating unnecessary white space. SEC can utilise and leverage its technology to be able to select the most appropriate products and pick faces to minimise the requirements for space within a warehouse. We can sometimes reduce systems by 60% of the footprint requirement, and we do that every day. Automation is becoming more and more affordable for SMEs, and it really is now an accessible technology for most businesses. In recent years, we've seen huge shifts in the types of products that are available, with computer power, with artificial intelligence, sensor technology, and robotic equipment all coming down in price and being readily available on the market as economies of scale increase. We're now seeing that organisations that have turnovers in the early tens of millions can now realistically and feasibly look to robotics as a potential solution. The example that you'll see in the sustainability zone is for an organisation that would identify as a small business. Low-cost technology such as autonomous mobile robotics or self-training AGVs, collaborative robotics, these are technologies that 5 or 10 years ago may not have been available to most businesses, but today can be put into almost any environment. It's just about selecting the right one, and that is where hopefully SEC come in. Data is a key way of demonstrating ROI on a project. The way in which SEC really look to leverage the data is that we provide simulations of digital twins that we've created of the solutions that we're looking to provide. We're able to run second by second operational simulations of virtually any element of the warehouse, whether that's picking, goods in, or dispatch processes. In doing so, we can monitor key performance indicators and we can compare them with the performances that you're currently seeing in your existing facility. In doing so, identifying the increase in efficiency one solution has over another. The nice thing about the way in which our system works is it doesn't just allow us to simulate a single system, but it actually allows us to simulate thousands of different options if we wish to. And consequently, we can compare one system with another. In doing so, we can identify clear return on investment guidance for anyone making the decision. And as I always say, our job isn't to sell one system over another, it's to present the information to the client as to which is genuinely and scientifically the best solution for them. Customer data in the warehouse design process is absolutely essential to us because there's no such thing as a one-size-fits-all warehouse solution. Every single solution that we approach is different, and it's our prerogative and our intention to ensure that every business has a solution that is fit for them. The best way of doing that is connecting your order data, your SKU data, your throughput data and seasonality data, because that is the only way that we can connect the right technology that maximizes ROI and bring it into your organization. Top 3 technologies, in my opinion, that are going to influence warehouse design. The first one has to be autonomous mobile robotics. Low-cost robots that are accessible to millions more businesses than traditional automation are going to change the way in which we see warehousing going forward. We found that our AMR solutions can go into businesses with turnovers as little as £10 million. So I think that's going to make a huge difference to many operations that automation traditionally wouldn't have been accessible to. The second technology, which I believe is going to change the shape of businesses and their warehouses going forward, is machine learning. At the moment, there's no real thing that we could describe as an intelligent warehouse, i.e. something that learns as it goes, but machine learning offers that ability. If we are able to successfully harness machine learning, we will be able to make warehouses that think for themselves and that have the ability to improve and change the physical infrastructure, the operations, the processes, the way in which they pick or store products, and actually improve those over time as new information becomes available to it. So I think machine learning will be crucial to that. Third technology that I think will have a huge impact on warehousing going forward is digital twinning. Firstly, by designing a digital model of a solution and being able to virtually explore that, preferably in 3D, allows you to see any issues with it, to identify ways in which the process could be improved or the design layout could be improved. But more than that, by having a digital twin that can support your organisation on a daily basis as the operation grows, allows you to experiment in a safe environment without heavy cost or potential risks. And I think therefore that a digital twin offers a safe playground for us to be able to really look at how we can optimise a facility over time. There aren't enough young people in logistics, I think primarily because we have a bit of a reputation issue. There has been a long period of time where the logistics industry has been perceived by outsiders as being a bit staid, a bit boring. You middle-aged men in brown jackets walking around sterile sheds using trucks. And I think that this image that has been garnered, while completely false, is one that still holds in the minds of lots of young people. I think as we go forward, we really need to consider how we want to be perceived. I think we need to consider the language we use, and I think we need to make a point of really showcasing the amazing technologies and the amazing problems that are in our industry so that we can engage young people who really want to make an impactful career for themselves. There certainly isn't enough diversity in logistics. I think that the numbers speak for themselves. I believe that almost 97% of senior management positions in logistics organisations are held by white men. And that's a problem. It's a problem on many levels, primarily because it's proven that more diverse organisations are more innovative, they're more profitable. They come up with better ideas, they create cultures where people want to stay. And at the moment, we have such a big problem with the lack of diverse leadership that we aren't going to be getting the best out of our organisations, and we aren't going to be solving really significant challenges, not just to our industry, but to the global economy and to the sustainability agenda. And we need to look at ways in which we can bring in people with different thought processes and different experiences so that we can tackle those more collectively. The CILT is important because they're activists in really important areas of the industry. They're making a difference. And I think that the collective power that the CILT has to bring its membership together to solve very important issues is something that makes me very proud to be a member. When you look at what they're doing to encourage young people into the industry, to increase diversity in organisations, but also in just supporting businesses make good strategic decisions, make good operational decisions by connecting them with education materials, with data. These are things that are invaluable to an organisation like ours. My involvement in the CILT is at a number of levels. First and foremost, I am a chartered member of the CILT, and I'm hoping to soon become a fellow. Secondly, I am the managing director of an organisation that has a corporate membership, and we utilise and leverage the services that they are able to provide us every single day. But I also like to think that we are able to contribute to the agendas that CILT are really looking to affect. I think it's important for the UKWA and all its members, but certainly SEC, to be talking about the real issues that face the industry. Currently, we've got some problems that we have to overcome, such as the space crisis or the lack of it. And I think that we only are going to overcome those problems if we have organisations like the UKWA that can bring people together with novel solutions that will actually make a meaningful difference. I think also it's important to have one voice when we're talking to the government and trying to make effective policy changes. And I think the UKWA does a very good job of creating a powerful voice that will be listened to. Warehousing and logistics are linked because warehousing is a subset of logistics. Logistics is the process of moving products around, moving equipment, and doing that in the most effective way possible. Warehouses are an incredibly important cog in that machine. They facilitate logistics happening. So warehouses really, and warehousing is really a subset of logistics as a whole. SEC Storage has taken digital design on as being one of its key USPs and its key ways of impacting its customers. There's probably two primary areas that we've done this in. The first is in the digital data and how we utilise that information to be able to design our solutions in the first instance. We've introduced machine learning, artificial intelligence, simulation to be able to come up with facilities in a digital environment that have provable and demonstrable ROI. The second area that we've really looked to extend our capabilities is that of visualisation, of being able to showcase the problems in a way that all stakeholders can understand. We've developed our own extended reality platform that allows us to not only to see in 3 dimensions the space that people are likely to experience, but actually go into it, step inside it, to be able to operate it by interacting with it in a virtual reality environment or an augmented reality space. SEC XR, or Extended Reality, is a platform, an engine that SEC has built that enables us to visualize our solutions and create interactive environments for our customers or other stakeholders to be able to experience. Extended reality includes augmented reality, virtual reality, and mixed reality, and is designed for us to be able to create a way and a method of our customers to be able to truly understand the solutions that we're bringing to them and to be able to interact and collaborate with us to deliver the best possible solution at the end of our process. Virtual reality is becoming a really essential tool in our armory when it comes to designing warehouses. Previously to virtual reality, we had to rely heavily on 2-dimensional technical drawings, which are difficult for all stakeholders to understand, and they're not necessarily the best communication tools. What virtual reality does initially is it allows our designers to physically experience the designs that they're coming up with. They can look around the space and see where there are visible opportunities for improvement, whether that's eliminating clashes or looking at the process flow and seeing how it might better operate if they were to redesign it or tweak it accordingly. But secondly, virtual reality is used to communicate our designs to our customers. And virtual reality is much more accessible to most individuals because they do struggle to understand technical information if it's the first time that they've worked with a project. Virtual reality brings it to life. So by putting that headset on, they can go interact, walk around, look and enjoy the solution that we are putting forward. And it allows them to come up with really constructive comments that we can then take back and fold into our collaborative design process. The next 3 years for SEC are tremendously exciting. We should hopefully grow quite substantially. We're looking at some very significant growth on the back of the technology and the solutions that we're putting forward for our customers. However, what excites me personally the most is I think that we will find ourselves even further at the cutting edge of technology and its development in our industry. We have some tremendously exciting releases going live this year and in the pipeline for future months, where we'll be introducing industry firsts when it comes to machine learning platforms, simulation platforms, and extended reality. Our involvement in vertical farming may seem unusual when you first take a look at it. But in reality, when you look at the problem that's involved in vertical farming, there are huge overlaps and similarities with traditional storage and warehousing issues. Moving products via automation, storing them in the right locations, tracking their movements, and ensuring quality throughout are problems that we come into play with every day. So what drove our involvement was really looking at ways in which we could utilize our experience and leverage the technologies that already exist to some degree and the products that are produced at mass scale, and how we could integrate that into something novel, something that might be lower cost than alternative solutions that currently have been bespokely produced for this marketplace. So in doing so, we've come up with the vertical farm concept that has leveraged upon everything good that SEC has been doing for years and years and years, but just applied it to a novel and new problem. SEC Exports is one of the most strategically important decisions that we've taken as an organisation recently. Going forward, the world is a very big place, and our solutions are universal to that world. The technology that we've developed is able to be changed and manipulated to support any local requirements. If the cost of labour changes, if the cost of space changes, these are just variables that we can insert into our systems. So what SEC Exports offers us is an ability to scale the solutions and hopefully achieve our mission, which is to create industry-leading warehouses for all businesses, regardless of their size or location. Now is a tremendously exciting time to work at SEC Group because we genuinely are at the cutting edge of our industry. We're developing technologies that take us into a space that no company has been before. And as a result, we are having a huge impact on real problems within our industry, but also globally. We have an impact on sustainability, on environmentalism. We are able to, using our technology, bring the latest cutting edge technologies into organisations that didn't believe that they would be able to do that before. So I think if you were to join SEC today, you'd be joining an organisation that will have an impact. Dido is our new artificially intelligent platform that brings together other technologies that SEC have developed over the years to create the world's first truly intelligent warehouse optimization program. Dido stands for Data In, Design Out. Yeah, so we've developed many systems over the years that have a certain role that they play within the organisation. But what is so exciting for us this year is that we've now created an artificially intelligent platform that can tie them all together. So Dido, which stands for Data In, Design Out, is able to use her 3 children, Elsa, Eliza and Clara, who each carry a different task. Between them, they are able to design warehouses from customer data and evaluate them, ensuring that they can put forward the most efficient designs and the ones with the highest level of return on investment, not just once, but every single time they run their scenarios and their simulations. ELSA stands for Everything Lives Somewhere Appropriate. And her role is to do exactly that and make sure that every product that you have is classified into the most appropriate form of pick face or product type. Clara creates layouts algorithmically and then rearranges them accordingly. What she does is she's an AI platform that has been trained to be able to design solutions in a similar way to humans, but just much, much quicker. Clara has the ability to design a warehouse using all of the technologies and all of the product types that we have available to us, but she can do it in milliseconds, enabling her to run multiple solutions, up to thousands of solutions, over a very short period of time. Eliza is one of the most important developments that we've made in recent times because she is the thing that allows our design systems to become fully autonomous. She supports Dido in evaluating the solutions that are put forward to her. She does it via simulation. She simulates the solutions that she has presented, but she connects those to strategic imperatives that the organisation that we're working with have defined earlier. So her simulations, she can turn into a score out of 100. And when she does that, it enables us to compare one system versus another. Every time she puts together a score, Dido can then look at how they might be able to tweak a design to be able to improve the score next time, passing it round the circle again.